Liebe Leute, willkommen zurück zu Vampyr. Dr. Jonathan Reid, jetzt wissen wir auch, wie er mit Nachnamen heißt, hat seinen Dienst noch nicht angetreten, aber ist auf dem Weg, seinen Dienst anzutreten im Pembroke Hospital, um Dr. Swansea da zu assistieren und herauszufinden, was hier eigentlich überhaupt los ist, was mit ihm geschehen ist und was man dagegen tun kann. Und sein Blutrausch geht mit ihm durch.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Ich lasse sie verbluten. Ich werde sie töten. Medizinische Untersuchung. Drücke F für Details. Qualität des Blutes. Aha, man kann ihn jetzt töten und über das Blut die Erfahrungspunkte aufnehmen. Aber kann man das... Ja, Seien Sie höflicher. Kann man das auch umgehen oder muss man das zwingend tun? Muss man sie töten? Ich weiß es nicht. Seien Sie höflich.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Tja, je höher die Blutqualität ist, desto mehr EP gibt es. Mesperisieren. Um das Blut deiner Beute auszusaugen, musst du sie zunächst in den Bann ziehen. Um sie so an eine Stelle zu führen, die andere Bürger nicht sehen können. Deine Bannstufe muss genauso hoch wie oder höher als der Widerstand des Bürgers sein. Drücke Q, um ihn in den Bann zu ziehen. Wow. Führe
The shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Folge der roten Spur, um deine Opfer in die Schatten zu bringen. Achso. Verlockung des Blutes. Wähle, ob du Clay aussaugen oder loslassen möchtest. Wenn du ihn aussaugst, wird er dir eine große Menge Erfahrungspunkte gewähren. Jedoch hat das Konsequenzen. Sei dir dessen bewusst. Je mehr du über Bürger weißt und je mehr Hinweise du über sie findest, desto mehr EP geben sie. Tja. Loslassen oder aussaugen? Das ist hier die große Frage. Ich werde ihn mal loslassen.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Und jetzt lasse ich ihn hier weiter verbluten, oder wie? Zwei Federn, die brauchten wir auch für eine Waffenverbesserung. Und die Blutspur war vom Kampf, ne? Die Stimme spricht zu uns und ermahnt uns, dass es offensichtlich notwendig ist, gelegentlich Menschen zu töten. Jetzt, Entschuldigung, stelle ich mir die große Frage, ob denn sozusagen Jonathan die Menschen, die er da beißt, auch zu Vampiren macht, wie man das so üblicherweise kennt. Dann würde ja seine Schwester theoretisch wieder zurückkommen, oder nicht? Und die Opfer, die man dann tötet, auch als Vampire. Oder ist das nicht so? Das ist die spannende Frage. Wegen der Grippe nimmt dieses Krankenhaus keine weiteren Patienten auf. Nun denn.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reid. Your office has been prepared.
Ich habe Fragen.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Wo ist mein Raum? Im ersten Stock, hat sie schon gesagt.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Wie ist es eigentlich mit der Lautstärke, Stimmen und so? Ist das okay alles? Oder sollte das lauter sein? Das ist mein Raum, wissen wir schon.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Auch lustig, dass sie im Englischen Nurse Crane sagen und in der deutschen Untertitelübersetzung Schwester Dorothy. Ein Schrank? Sie brauchen die Medizin doch nicht, oder? Ui, die haben alle die Grippe. Schnell weg hier. And who are you?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Fragen zu London.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Reißen sich zusammen.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Tja, die spanische Grippe war echt wirklich schlimm.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Sie werden überrascht.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned. Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Okay, neue Informationen über Milton. Was kann man hier fragen? Da braucht man Hinweise, um mehr herauszufinden über die Person.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Auf Wiedersehen. Huch. Haben wir mit dir schon gesprochen?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Ja. Das ist wohl so.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Ja, vor allem gegenüber jemandem, den man gerade erst kennengelernt hat.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Cochrane Tippett. Gut, wir müssen jetzt auch nicht aus hier rauszwingen.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay. Und wer bist du?
I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reid. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reid. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reid. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Waffen schmuggeln. Er hat einen zweifelhaften Ruf.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, How is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Tja.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reid.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Okay, spannend. Milton sieht den Ernst der Lage.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Ja, obwohl ich noch nicht mal weiß, wie man den Spaß einsetzt. Miltons Schrotflinte. Ah, wir können auch die Waffenteile kaufen bei ihm. Sehe ich denn irgendwo, wie viel Geld ich habe? Da oben, 54. Das reicht ja dann beides nicht hin, ne? 315 kostet die Schrotflinte. Aha. Ja, das können wir ja vielleicht zu einem späteren Zeitpunkt mal in Angriff nehmen. Schauen wir erstmal noch, ob es hier was Spannendes gibt. Kann man das eigentlich auch durch die V-Ansicht sehen? Da sehe ich nur die Herzen und das Blut. Ich bin jetzt gerade hier rübergelaufen.
Last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Milton, was hängt denn da hinter dir an der Wand? Geh mal weg.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Woran hat er das jetzt hier festgestellt? Dass hier ein paar Rollliegen im Foyer stehen? Hallo? Ja, das sieht alles nicht so schön aus. Ah,
Good
der
evening,
Priester.
Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reid, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Sie sind ein Held oder ein Narr?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Miss Hawcroft?
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reid. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Na dann, na dann.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Ach, der... Ja, okay. Verstehe. Verstehe. Schon Freunde gefunden.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Warum ist denn das Kreuz eigentlich kein Problem für Jonathan, aber das große schon?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Okay.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Ah, der hat doch... Ich dachte, er hätte es nicht gemacht, aber er hat den...
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Er hat tatsächlich Blut von Hampton getrunken. Warum geht es ihm dann aber noch so gut? Ich meine, dass er Blut verloren hatte, ja, das war ja angekündigt, oder hat Dr. Swansea auch angesprochen. Hat das ihm dann auf andere Weise abgezapft und dann einfach direkt getrunken und nicht aus dem Körper? Okay, wir können also scheinbar offenbar auch mit einigen PatientInnen sprechen. Das werden wir direkt mal machen in der nächsten Folge, liebe Leute. Bis dahin wünsche ich euch wie immer alles Gute und bis dann. Euer Jan.